Who do I miss? Cody. A bit similar to Connor.
As far as Wolverhampton Wanderers are concerned, I think the results are clear to see, but they feel like they're getting near at times. Is this a dangerous game?
Yeah. Every game in the Premier League is a dangerous game or a difficult game. But I see the same as what you were just saying, that the results throughout the whole season hasn't been what they were hoping for, but they come closer and closer to results. So especially Arsenal away, of course, where after 90 minutes after 90 minutes 1-1, or did they score an extra time? I don't exactly know, but they were very close to a result over there, and as always, there's a challenge in every Premier League game, and that's the same for this one.
Just with all the injuries we talked about just then, are you concerned that the players that aren't injured, there's almost going to be a little bit too much asked of them over the coming weeks and their workload? Are you going to have to give them more minutes than you'd have ideally liked to?
Yeah, that's the extra problem you get with injuries. The most injuries we have are not related to overloading. So if you look at Alex's injury, that has nothing to do with overloading a player. The same with Wata. Of course, there are one or two that might have to do with overloading. So Cody has a muscle injury, and the same is to be said about Joe Gomez. But yeah, this was for me a reckless challenge. So I think I've said a lot about the tackle of Xavi Simons, which for me was completely unintentional. I don't think you will ever get an injury out of a tackle like that. The tackle of Van der Ven, if you make that tackle 10 times, I think 10 times there's a serious chance that a player gets a serious injury.
Okay. And Milos Kerkez says he's developing a nice relationship with Florian Wirtz. I just wonder if you agree, and is that something you'll look to try and work on and develop to sort of further use as a weapon going forward?
Yeah, but I think that you pick out these two, but every player that plays multiple times together gets a better connection with someone, and I think that was the same with Cody. And the more they play together, the better they connect. So that is not something I'm surprised to hear, but they haven't played so much together. So I think now 5-6 times maybe. So it's quite normal that you are getting a better connection with a player than if you play more together.
Thank you.
Carl? Arne, hi. Injuries always offer chances to other players, and obviously with the shortage you've got on the forward line, I'm wondering where sort of Rio sort of comes into your thoughts now. He had obviously a great impact at the start of the season, and then sort of lost out a bit as the team struggled a bit. He didn't play as many games. So I was wondering where he sort of features now with sort of the shortage you got up front.
Yeah, I think I said last time already that for his age, if I'm correct, he's 17. I think he has, I'm not 100% sure, but the most minutes of all 17-year-olds in the Premier League. So that tells you how much playing time he gets, how special that already is for a 17-year-old. That also tells you something about his quality, because it's not completely normal for a 17-year-old already to have so much playing time as he had. But it also tells you something about the availability in those areas. But for the weekend, that's not my biggest concern, that position, I would say. So hopefully Cody is back. Not sure, but hopefully Federico can play there, Florian can play there. So if he would be a player that would play on a different position, he would probably have even more chance to come in. But it's the same for all the other players. I think in the game against Tottenham, I had 4 under 21 players on the bench. So yeah, that increases the chance for him to come in as well. So let's see.
You mentioned about obviously you've got issues getting possibly right back. I was wondering where Jeremy fits in and then come back. Played a bit on Sunday. Obviously, the weekend you took him off. But how's he progressing in terms of his sort of comeback?
No, in the weekend, he was on a maximum of 30 minutes because he's been out for quite long. But yeah, sometimes I think he's able to start this weekend if I make that decision. And sometimes, yeah, situations change, so you need to take a bit more risk than you would maybe usually do if everyone was available. So that's what I mean. The players that are available have to roll their sleeves up, including our fans, to get the best possible chance of a good outcome in the upcoming 2 games. And that's for him the same as the others. Why I took him off had, of course, nothing to do with an injury. That had to do with not being down to 10 when you have to defend a set piece, because we already had to defend a set piece with 10 men, and you know the outcome. We conceded. So that's why we decided to bring Federico. Would definitely come in, but the idea was for someone else. But I didn't want to go down to 10 men in that moment.
Okay. Hi Arne. You had already a question about Milos, but moreover, the left back position is basically the only position where you have 2 men available. And Milos played 3 league games for 90 minutes recently, and he had cramps and knocks, difficulty in his life. So do you consider him as a starter, or maybe you can give some rest to him?
I rested him during the week against Inter Milan, so he started indeed 3 times in the league, but against Inter Milan.
Guys, Arne Slot has said it all. There's optimism in the camp, and remember, Salah is off to Nations Cup, and I think in this Nations Cup, right, I think the team that benefited the most so far is Liverpool, But let's go to Wolves game. Based on what Arne Slot have said, I think, to me, looking at Wolves game, looking at their present condition, I think it's going to be a walkover. I think it's just going to be Liverpool just doing what Liverpool did last season. Last season Liverpool was just so on fire, right? Let's see what's going to happen. But I'm very optimistic that game is going to be a lot of goals. I see Liverpool scoring like maybe 3 to 4 goals, and Wolves, they won't score, or they might score 1 goal, but it's going to be a run out. Liverpool's going to run Wolves United down. Hey, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. We got you, bringing you up to date in that game. Stay blessed.